2012 Salutatorian for DeKalb School of the Arts is Sarah Warren Gooding.
At this time, we will hear from our salutatorian, Ms. Sarah Gooding.
In the past 5 years, a lot of words have been used to describe the class of 2012: attractive, talented, special, lacking personal space, and many more. However, one word that has never been used to describe us is unified. I don't know if it was our record-breaking attendance of class meetings or our history of coming in dead last for Spirits Day, but we have always seemed a little bit disconnected. You can't really say our fractured state has hurt us much, though. I mean, the members of our class have been pretty busy getting lead roles, record deals, and Ivy League scholarships. So we sometimes lack in 2012 spirit. We have more than made up for in passion for success. We're going places. And yet some of us still remember that moment of awkward, paralyzing fear when Brother Min stabbed himself in the eye with a dry erase marker. We remember Gabe preaching to us from the pulpit of the PICA classroom, which is probably still on YouTube, by the way. And from truth or dare and bio to tea parties and living at DSA brings us together whether we like it or not. Being here forms human bonds by default. Growing up is hard and adolescence is awkward no matter where you go to school, but DSA takes it farther. We've seen our men wearing tights, like literally. The school has forced every single one of us to leave our comfort zones, and usually with an audience. We shared those final days at the old building, struggling to fill our minds with enough snapshots of our first home. Opening the far left purple door because we knew that was the only one unlocked. Waking up from a morning nap to the sound of "Let's go, campers, get to class!" Weeping as we hugged Mr. Thompson goodbye. And of course, our final night, waving goodbye to the building with a giant game of pony on the lawn and leaving our sacred place with clutches of MTV. Then they became the art school without a theater, but always got out of the soundtrack of Word Dorks rehearsing in the stairwell, and we made new snapshots. Mr. Golden teaching class in a 90-degree closet, washing our backs to avoid getting kicked by the ballet class that's being held in the hall. We're great at fire drills, both scheduled and unscheduled, and we have lighting focus installed a test tube while they were fixing the roof. So say what you will, but DSA folk are a resourceful bunch. Sometimes I think I'll be lost in the real world. I know there'll be a lot fewer hugs. I'll follow the one butt per chair rule, and I'll smile alone when I hear the words 2 weeks or guacamole. For most of us, it's about time for a new start, but we shouldn't forget what we're leaving behind. One of our senior shirts says, "I'm done." And while we're all anxious to leave behind school lunch and ISS, we're also leaving behind the parents and teachers who've made it their life's work to catch us when we fall and help us reach our dreams. The real world starts now, and in the real world, there is no silent lunch. At work, you don't get detention, you get fired. There are no grade exemptions on your rent, and job interview is not a test that you get to retake. The real world is messy and unstandardized. The real world needs a lot of fixing, and no one left us a study guide or a rubric or one of Brother Min's awesome step-by-step mnemonic devices to teach us how to do it. Our other teacher says the world isn't ending, we're just taking over. That is a pretty daunting task, and none of us know how to do it yet, but we all can start small. So respect others, respect yourselves, and respect where you came from, because most people aren't lucky enough to have a place like this to call home. We have a long way to go, and we're not done. So back in October, Mr. Golden reminded me that I still hadn't turned in a reflections piece, and they were due the next day. So the theme was diversity means, and I racked my brain for something original and profound to write about diversity. As I walked in my car that night, it suddenly hit me that the answer was right in front of me. So contrived and cliche as this may be, that is bleated and blown from the bright brassy bells that the bandmates are bearing beneath their lapels. Hail to the lyres, the makers of masks, that are smiling and frowning and sopping their sacks. They stop only for seconds, enough time to hear the silence that serenade all that come near. Hail to the silence that's painting the faces of those who wish only to color the spaces with scribbles or brush strokes, whatever they find, they can put on a paper, the walls of their minds. Hail to the fingers that keep us afloat in the endlessly rising logistical moat, and the black-frocked brooder that stifles a grin while he jingles the keys to the small world we're in. Hail to the snugglers, the lappers and friars, the sirens, the beaks, and the scribes, and the liars. Our heads may not rise when another one speaks, but our hearts always hear, for we are all folks. Thank you for
Sarah Warren Gooding.